Hey gorgeous. Let me ask you something that might sting a little. Have you ever noticed a man pulling away, and you had absolutely no idea why? You looked stunning, your makeup was flawless, your outfit, chef's kiss, you smelled like heaven wrapped in confidence. And yet something shifted. The spark dimmed, he became distant, and you're sitting there thinking, what did I do wrong? Here's the uncomfortable truth, beautiful. Sometimes it's not about how you look, it's about what you do. There are certain habits, small, sneaky, seemingly innocent behaviors, that can make even the most gorgeous woman suddenly unattractive. And the worst part, most women don't even realize they're doing them. I'm not here to shame you. I'm not here to make you feel bad about yourself. I'm here because I genuinely want you to win in love. I want you to understand men on a deeper level so you can show up as the magnetic, irresistible woman you already are inside. Because here's what I know for sure. You deserve to be adored. You deserve to be chosen. You deserve a man who looks at you and thinks, how did I get so lucky? But that starts with awareness. That starts with understanding the subtle things that push men away, things nobody talks about openly. Today I'm pulling back the curtain. I'm giving you the real, raw, unfiltered truth about the habits that make men cringe. No matter how beautiful you are. So if you're ready to level up, if you're ready to become the version of yourself that men can't resist and can't forget, stay with me until the very end. Because habit number 4, that one is going to shock you. Let's dive in. Alright, beautiful, let's start with habit number 1. And this one is a silent killer of attraction, constant negativity and chronic complaining. Now before you roll your eyes and think, I'm not negative, hear me out. We all vent sometimes, we all have bad days. That's completely normal and healthy. But there's a massive difference between occasionally sharing your frustrations and becoming a woman who radiates negativity every time she opens her mouth. Think about it like this. Men are drawn to energy. They're attracted to how you make them feel when they're around you. And if every conversation turns into a complaint session about your boss, your friends, the weather, the traffic, your family, your ex, the waiter who got your order wrong, he starts associating you with stress, with heaviness, with exhaustion. And gorgeous, no amount of beauty can compensate for that. Here's what most women don't understand about men. When a man comes home to you, when he's choosing to spend his precious time with you, he's looking for peace. He's looking for a soft place to land. He wants to feel recharged by your presence, not drained. This doesn't mean you can't be real. This doesn't mean you have to fake happiness or suppress your emotions. That's toxic positivity, and that's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm saying is this: be mindful of the ratio. For every complaint, are you also sharing something you're grateful for? Something exciting, something that makes you smile. Men are attracted to women who see possibilities, not just problems. Women who can laugh at life's chaos instead of drowning in it. Women who bring sunshine into a room, not storm clouds. Here's a quick self-check. When he asks, "How was your day?" what's your default response? Is it a list of everything that went wrong? Or do you light up and share something that made you happy, even if it was small? That energy shift is everything. Confident, magnetic women know how to process their emotions without making every man in their life an emotional dumping ground. They have girlfriends for deep venting. They journal. They see therapists. But when they're with their man, they bring warmth. They bring lightness. They bring life. So gorgeous, if you've been slipping into chronic complaint mode lately, this is your gentle wake-up call. Choose to be the woman who uplifts, who inspires, who makes him grateful to be in your presence. That's irresistible. That's unforgettable. Now let's talk about habit number 2, and this one comes from a place of love, I promise. Excessive jealousy and possessiveness. I get it. I really do. When you care about someone, when you're invested in a relationship, a little protectiveness is natural. It can even be flattering in small doses. A little, "Ooh, was that girl?" can make him feel wanted. But here's where it becomes dangerous. When jealousy turns into interrogation, when protectiveness turns into control, when every female coworker becomes a suspect, when checking his phone becomes an obsession, When you can't let him have a guy's night without blowing up his messages. That's when attraction dies. And gorgeous, I need you to understand something profound here. Jealousy doesn't communicate love. It communicates insecurity. It communicates fear. It communicates a lack of trust. And men, especially high-value men, find that deeply unattractive. Think about it from his perspective. He chose you. He's with you. And instead of enjoying the relationship, he feels like he's constantly on trial. Like he has to prove his innocence every single day. Like he's being punished for crimes he never committed. That's exhausting for anyone. Here's the deeper truth. Possessiveness often comes from our own wounds, from past betrayals, from childhood abandonment, from relationships where we weren't chosen. And those wounds are valid. They deserve healing. But projecting them onto a man who hasn't hurt you, that's how you push away the good ones. The most attractive women are secure women. She doesn't need to monitor his every move because she trusts herself. She knows her worth. She knows that if he's foolish enough to betray her, she'll be just fine walking away. That confidence, that quiet certainty, that's magnetic. So how do you shift from jealousy to security? Start by working on your relationship with yourself. Fill your life with passions, friendships, goals, and dreams that exist outside of him. Become so full and fulfilled that you don't need his constant validation to feel safe. When you show up complete rather than clingy, when you show up confident rather than controlling, you become the woman he brags about, the woman he shows off, the woman he never wants to lose. Jealousy pushes men away. Confidence pulls them closer. And gorgeous, you have everything inside you to become that confident, secure, irresistible woman. It starts with choosing to trust yourself first, and then him. Okay, beautiful. Habit number 3 might feel a little uncomfortable to hear. But we're girlfriends here, and girlfriends tell each other the truth. Poor hygiene habits, the ones you think nobody notices. Now wait, before you click away thinking, this doesn't apply to me. Stick with me. I'm not talking about the obvious things. I'm talking about the subtle things that women sometimes overlook because they're rushing, or stressed, or just not thinking about it. Things like bad breath from skipping dental care or not drinking enough water, body odor from re-wearing clothes without freshening them, dirty or chipped nails that haven't been maintained, oily unwashed hair hidden under a messy bun again, crusty feet or ashy skin that you think he won't see. Here's what you need to understand about men. They notice. They notice everything. They might not say it, but they're taking mental notes. And no matter how stunning your face is, no matter how perfect your body looks in that dress, poor hygiene creates an instant disconnect. It's primal. It's biological. It triggers something in his brain that says, something's off. This isn't about being perfect. It's about showing that you respect yourself enough to take care of yourself. It's about presenting your best self, not just for him, but for you. Here's the beautiful thing about hygiene. It's one of the easiest fixes. It doesn't require surgery. It doesn't require money you don't have. It just requires intention and consistency. Create rituals that make you feel fresh, clean, and confident. Keep mints or a travel toothbrush handy. Invest in a signature scent that becomes your thing. Shower before dates even if you showered that morning. Keep your nails clean and neat. They don't have to be fancy. Moisturize your skin so you're soft to the touch. Wash your hair regularly and style it with care. When you feel clean and fresh, you carry yourself differently. You're more confident, more sensual, more magnetic. And trust me, gorgeous men feel that energy. They want to lean in closer. They want to breathe you in. They want to touch you. But they can only do that if you're taking care of the foundation. I know this point feels basic, but you'd be surprised how many women let this slip when life gets busy. Don't let that be you. You're a queen, and queens maintain their temple. Keep yourself fresh, fabulous, and irresistibly touchable. That's the standard. That's the vibe. Alright, gorgeous. This is habit number 4, and I told you at the beginning, this one might shock you. Being overly dependent and losing your personal identity. This is the silent relationship killer that so many women fall into without even realizing it. It starts innocently enough. You meet a man you're crazy about. You start spending all your time with him. You cancel plans with your girlfriends. You drop your hobbies. You stop going to the gym. You forget about those dreams you used to talk about. Suddenly, your entire world revolves around him. And here's the devastating truth. Nothing dries up attraction faster than a woman who has no life outside of her relationship. I know that sounds harsh. I know society sometimes tells us that being completely devoted to a man is romantic. But gorgeous, it's actually the opposite of what men want. Men are attracted to women with passion, purpose, and independence. They want a woman who has her own friends, her own goals, her own spark. A woman who chooses to be with him, not because she needs him, but because she genuinely wants him. When you lose yourself in a relationship, several dangerous things happen. You become boring. Not because you're boring, but because you've stopped growing, exploring, and experiencing life. You become needy. Because now he's your only source of happiness, validation, and entertainment. You become pressure, because suddenly he's responsible for your entire emotional world. That's heavy. That's overwhelming. And eventually, he'll start pulling away to find space to breathe. The women who keep men captivated for years, even decades, are women who never stop evolving. They have passions that light them up. They have friendships that fulfill them. They have ambitions that excite them. They're always growing, always learning, always becoming more interesting. When he comes home, they have stories to share, adventures to recount, dreams to discuss. There's always more to discover. So gorgeous, ask yourself honestly, if he left tomorrow, who would you be? What would your life look like? Would you still have a life worth living? If the answer scares you, that's your sign. Start rebuilding your identity today. Reconnect with old friends. Pick up old hobbies. Set goals that have nothing to do with him. Become so full, so vibrant, so alive, that you're not dependent on anyone for your happiness. That's freedom. That's power. That's irresistible. Be the woman with a beautiful life that he gets to be part of, not the center of. Finally, gorgeous, let's talk about habit number 5. And this one is absolutely critical to understand. Being disrespectful and publicly emasculating him. Now I know we live in an era of strong, independent women, and I'm all for it. I want you to be confident, outspoken, and unapologetically yourself. But there's a massive difference between being strong and being disrespectful. And there's an even bigger difference between private disagreements and publicly humiliating your man. Here's what destroys a man faster than anything else: criticizing him in front of his friends or family, making jokes at his expense that actually hurt, correcting him publicly like he's a child, rolling your eyes when he speaks, talking down to him like he's incompetent, comparing him negatively to other men. When you do these things, you might think you're being funny or honest or keeping it real. But what he feels is shame, and shame destroys intimacy. Listen, men are wired differently than we are. Their sense of self-worth is deeply tied to feeling respected, especially by the woman they love. When you tear that down, especially publicly, you're not just hurting his ego, you're destroying his love for you. He might stay for a while. He might tolerate it because he cares about you. But inside, something is dying. Resentment is building. Distance is growing. And eventually, he'll find someone who makes him feel like a king instead of a fool. The most magnetic women know how to disagree without disrespecting. They handle conflict privately. They communicate concerns with love, not contempt. They build their man up in public, even when they're frustrated with him privately. Because here's the secret. The way you treat him publicly shows the world and shows him how much you value the relationship. When you speak highly of him, when you defend him, when you make him feel like a superhero in front of others, he becomes addicted to you. He wants to be better for you. He wants to prove your faith in him is justified. That's influence. That's power. That's how you inspire a man to grow. Disrespect pushes men away and makes them small. Respect pulls men closer and makes them rise. Gorgeous, you can be strong and soft. You can be honest and kind. You can disagree and still respect. That balance. That's feminine power at its finest. Master that, and you'll have a man who would walk through fire for you. That's the woman you're becoming. And there you have it, beautiful. 5 habits that push men away, no matter how stunning you are. Let's recap quickly. 1. Constant negativity and chronic complaining. Be a source of light, not heaviness. 2. Excessive jealousy and possessiveness. Trade insecurity for quiet confidence. 3. Poor hygiene habits. Maintain your temple with pride and care. 4. Losing your personal identity. Stay passionate, purposeful, and whole. 5. Disrespecting and emasculating him. Build him up, don't tear him down. These aren't about changing who you are. They're about becoming the best version of who you already are. Because gorgeous, you deserve the love story you dream about. You deserve a man who adores you, respects you, and chooses you every single day. And when you show up as your highest self, confident, secure, feminine, and powerful, that's exactly what you'll attract. If this video helped you, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which habit resonated with you the most. Be honest, we're all growing together here. Subscribe and tap that notification bell so you don't miss my next video, where I'll share secrets about what high-value men are really looking for in a woman. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. And remember, gorgeous, you are already worthy. You are already beautiful. Now go show up like it. I'll see you in the next one. Stay magnetic, stay powerful, stay you.